What's up, Doc, everybody?
What's up, Doc? Better get rid of that bucket.
Off the top, we should go to iTunes, give us 5-star reviews,
please. Text, rate, whatever.
Check us out on YouTube, see the video, see Eleanor's new hair.
What?
Your new hair. Look at that.
I know, I'm doing this.
It's flowing in the wind. You just break your neck?
Probably. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not good at that.
We got an update to announce.
Let's do it.
Since in past episodes I've discussed that Pauly Shore fat shamed me.
Okay. I like
But he came out and he said he wanted to play Richard Simmons in a biopic.
So that's what he was doing?
Which would be...
You think he was getting in character?
I'll get to it. Which would be amazing, by the way. What would be his take? Like an over-the-top comedic... campy, or would he go for like a real portrayal?
I think he would go for a real portrayal.
He'd be like, "Hey, buddy, you guys want to lose some weight? You guys are wheezing the calories, right?
Wheezing the calories."
So he fat shamed me, and he said, "He's like, guys, I'm gonna reach out to Richard Simmons.
You're really gonna hold on to this fat shaming
for the rest
thing?
of my life."
Mother of God.
You followed up with him. He didn't know who I was, but
yeah.
So I don't know who he thought I was.
Duncan.
Probably.
The incredible Duncan.
That's what we think.
You're way taller.
Duncan Trussell gained a lot of height, some broadness in the shoulders, a little bit of hair. No offense to Duncan. But,
what?
No offense. So then
was taken.
Richard Simmons' people said he has no interest in having Pauly do this. And that's because...
He hasn't seen Pauly do it properly yet.
No,
have you seen Pauly work out? He's got some workout videos.
While Richard was transforming fat people, he respected them. And Pauly, this is karma, Pauly.
Wow.
You treated me like a nice human being,
Pauly,
you would have got the role. But you're going around calling people fat, and then you want to be a fat reformer, play a fat reformer. You can't do it.
Wow, you're really just gonna linger on that.
Do you have to let it linger?
So funny.
I'm talking to lawyers.
Okay, Avi, you're very upset.
I just think justice has been served.
Oh, I got you.
As the end of the story, it's come full circle.
Karma.
Yeah.
Karnak.
Yeah, all of those. Cognac.
I just keep doing work. I'm losing it. I apologize. I'm a mess.
So I hope Ben Savage gets the part.
I'm putting my vote in for Pauly. I've seen him do his exercise videos. I like his little shorts.
I could see him in the attire.
Yeah, he does wear the attire. He doesn't have. I think Richard has to reconsider, and maybe if Pauly apologizes to you, this could bring it.
Maybe
full
all
circle.
three of us have a sit down,
and maybe you direct the movie.
Pauly doesn't have the hair for it anymore, and I'll tell you that, Pauly.
What?
You think he's got the hair for it? He doesn't got those curls.
He still has those curls. He just keeps it shorter now, right?
Oh,
I'm terrible. I don't know. You know me. I don't notice.
Richard Simmons had a beautiful fro. One of the best in the world.
He did. He had a Bob Rossi.
Was that a perm?
He permed it?
I think
Ooh.
He may have.
I got a perm, but a different kind of perm.
You should have done a Richard Simmons.
That's a good... Why?
That picture of Pauly's what, 20 years old?
No.
That's not recent.
It's not?
He looks like Shia LaBeouf. He looks young there. He doesn't look like that anymore. He wishes he did.
Maybe it's the mustache and the thingy there.
There's
Pauly. But look at his hair is fine.
That's recent.
He just keeps it shorter. I was right.
But it doesn't look like a Richard Simmons.
If he lets it grow out, it'll get Richie-esque.
He would need a wig.
Is that Richie now?
Richie now is in like
disappear.
He's in hiding, and people allege that his handlers are like abusive to him. You didn't hear about that? People were like, where is he? What's going on?
I remember there was like a whole, they were looking
Save
for
Richard.
him. Yeah.
But what if he doesn't want to be? He just wants to lay low.
What if he wants his handlers to handle him?
What if he's just doing exercise videos alone in his
I'm gonna ask a crazy question. Is he gay?
He's never confirmed or denied, but I would lean towards yes.
Okay. I'm not judging on that orange shirt with the diamonds on it, but I was just asking.
Howard Stern would always ask him, and Richard would get really upset, like storm out. It was always an ongoing thing.
Well, it is like, I get it. It's none of our business, but, you know, I'm just curious if he ever came out.
I don't know. Who knows? Maybe he's asexual. Maybe he just loves to Sweat to the oldies. Wasn't he fat, right? That was his story, and he lost weight.
I guess.
I think it was.
I didn't really get into the
Hey, man. Richard, what's up?
Dude, right? I could kill it.
Look at me. 1, I look like you.
2, 3.
I work out.
The slowest workout.
Don't do this movie, Paulie.
Paulie, I'll get him to change his mind.
I'll haunt him.
We'll get it for you.
Better
not fuck it up.
I gotta congratulate you on this week's pick. You pulled one over on me.
I did, but
you picked a love letter to Philadelphia.
I'm also very offended.
Why?
Because normally you bring stuff. You brought a dirty bucket.
I did.
A shit bucket, if you will.
Andre the Giant.
For Andre the Giant, and I don't see anything Philadelphia on here.
What do I own?
How dare you?
What am I supposed to do?
How dare you? It's a Philly thing. How dare you? I even made Dice wear one of these.
You have a hooded sweatshirt that says it's a Philly thing you wouldn't understand.
Favorite, but I'm wearing my all-time favorite, Veteran Stadium.
Who makes the it's a Philly thing?
Who knows? No, this is my... I ordered it online. I was going to see if it was my friend Tony, but I don't think it was.
I almost wore my Bill Cosby shirt.
That would have worked. I gotta be honest. I'm gonna let that slide.
Philadelphia.
That is a fair. Philadelphia is what we called it.
The Kelce brothers.
And I went to Temple, and there was a commercial that they would play on a loop. I could have went anywhere, but I chose Temple.
And then they show a bunch of Jewish people.
And it's Bill Cosby.
Oh.
His picture's everywhere. I wonder if they took it down. It seemed like his family.
Could he have really gone anywhere? Any school he wanted in the world?
That's what he said. I could have went anywhere. He was smart, I guess. I don't know.
Smart enough to evade the law for a long time.
That's a lot of women.
Do you know, by the way, fun fact, because we did, you picked Kelce. It's on Amazon Prime.
That's right. Because my niece's husband, what do I call him? My nephew? I do call him my nephew. And
your nephew-in-law.
Nephew-in-law? Yeah. Well, I just say nephew. But he was like, man, I'm watching Kelce and I'm already crying. And I was like, yes. But I love him. I know people don't like Travis.
Oh, I can't stand Travis.
Most people don't like Travis, but Jason.
Oh, what a sweetheart.
How could you not?
What a teddy bear of a man.
I love him.
The tale of two brothers. I loved one. I hate the other.
I mean, I have 6 brothers, and I can tell you that you would love some and not the others.
I think if these two weren't brothers, they wouldn't be friends at all, wouldn't have anything to do with each other.
Really?
They have nothing in common. They're completely opposite people.
This really infuriated
me. Oh, it totally did. One, salt of the earth, nice seeming guy. The other wants to be an NSYNC. Wears these outfits, flashy.
Oh, those outfits are uncomfortable. Charles Barkley would have had a field day with him.
What are you wearing, man? Come on, man.
That's my favorite thing to watch. Are you kidding me?
Look at him walking. Look at his ankle.
We expected a flood in Chicago. He gets so mad.
He's got a point. Travis Kelce's wearing like one guy. I don't even know what he's wearing.
Oh, who was it that walked in with the oversized?
That was
shit.
He plays for the Washington Wizards.
Yeah.
Played for the Lakers.
It was so big, and it was pink.
Think of his name.
I was like, damn.
It was him and Lonzo Ball in the draft. I can't think of his fucking name. Everyone's yelling.
Oh, it was so good. It was so good.
You wore like a 40-foot long sweater.
Some Andrew would wear.
You're going to get stuck in an escalator or something.
God forbid. And Dice liked to wear like 3X, 5X, 6X, because it would make him feel small, like he'd be working out. So he felt like when he put on a regular shirt, he'd literally go down 8 sizes. You're like, God. So it made him feel good.
And so it was like that was the weight loss.
Yeah.
It was his own before picture.
You think he could play Richard Simmons?
100%. I would endorse that.
You like that?
I would love it.
But he would fat shame for sure.
Well, that's his own business as long as he doesn't do it to me.
Damn, you are a problem.
Do you know that Travis Kelce, during one of the Super Bowl pressers, just all of a sudden announced that the name is Kelce? But no one's ever honored it.
I remember that.
But people were like, what? You can't come out with that now.
Yeah, because Philadelphia probably mispronounced it.
No, I think it just everyone did.
Okay,
both
maybe
of them.
Even in college, probably.
I think, yeah, you can't not correct it and then be like, hey, by the way, guys.
Yeah, I mean,
it's the brand.
It
You
happens
can't-
to you.
Yeah, everyone
You get
says
famous.
everyone says my name.
People
as
call you Danis.
Danis. It's Danis. No one ever says Davis for Davis. It's a long A. It's a long A sound.
Does that have a little thing on?
Yeah, I draw a straight line across. But yeah, same. I didn't go on the Super Bowl and say.
Yeah, I mean, people don't pronounce my name wrong. Kerrigan. Oh, sometimes they'll say Carrington.
Carrington.
They'll add a T. I don't know why. And an O-N.
Sounds-
Eleanor Kerrigan.
It sounds classier. Sounds like you're British.
How dare you?
Royalty.
We're not British. We're Irish. Kerrigan.
Yeah.
Kerrigan.
Say it right.
Kerrigan spells Kerrigan. I'm proud of all the Irish blood I have in me.
What is this?
The original
Family-
song is Harrigan. But anyway, we changed it.
This is topical because Travis is rumored to be dating Taylor Swift.
Woohoo! Look at us. We're going to be on E.
I'm already annoyed by their relationship.
Wait, okay.
Just everywhere.
You know what's weird,
Who
though?
gives a fuck?
It's true, but anytime anybody's dating anybody, she's
cares?
gigantic. She just went on a gigantic tour. She just broke all kinds of records. God love her.
Yes.
Good for her.
She needs to learn how to put lipstick on.
She has some issues.
It looks
but
like Baby Barb, my daughter, would put on lipstick. It's so bright. It's so much.
it's pretty
Is it?
because
so
she's
much.
pale, and so the
a
bright
lot.
red stands out. But can we bring up a picture?
I
of her?
don't.
It doesn't look bad.
I don't
She
want-
obviously.
I don't want to disrespect her more than I already have, but I do not find her sexual.
She has her own lipstick.
I don't find her sexual in the least.
I like Christina P's red versus hers, but it could be because I'm closer to Christina Pazynski, by the way. I'm just like Christina P. Because she has her own lipstick as well. Hers is really red, but they're pale, so they wear it. But I think I'm closer to her coloring. It doesn't look bad. She doesn't have lips.
She's not an unattractive
Christina has
woman.
lips.
I see nothing going here.
Can I say this though? I when I heard it, I was like, ugh. What's he doing? She's a baby. I don't know why I only see her as 18.
How old is she?
I think she's
I
30.
think the same age.
Yeah.
He's like 33, I think.
Yeah, I think she's like 33.
Her last guy was
Yeah, I see her. I don't know why. Maybe it's because
of the lipstick.
No.
She wears the lipstick of a child.
shut up.
You're like, look at this little kid. Look at her.
Look
She's
at this
on
little girl got her
toddlers and-
mom's makeup.
toddlers and tiaras.
I was like, oh no, he's dating this poor girl, in my head. I don't know why, but I forget they grow up. But I guess she popped, has she been around a long time?
I think she started country-ish and then has gone to pop.
Maybe. I'm sad.
I don't know. I don't know anything about her. I could be.
I'm
Am I
a
wrong?
big
No, you're right,
sup-
but Eleanor was saying that she popped, and it was a good joke.
I'm sorry.
It was fun.
I'm a big supporter of her
Are
because
you?
she's a girl.
She's from Pennsylvania.
And she's from Pennsylvania. But
Did you know that?
No,
I didn't know that until last night.
I did not, and I could see it now.
What's funny though is because the reason I saw this is I was doing a little research, and so somebody online was like, "You're going to the Chiefs game and you're wearing Chiefs gear,
Right.
And they're like, "You're
I
from
did see that.
Pennsylvania," and they said, "And you
Oh.
have one of your songs about wearing a Eagles shirt."
Now that
And Jason Kelce, who's Travis's brother, wrote "Preach" in all caps, "Go Birds" under it. So he's like, "Hey, I agree.
I like all of that.
I agree."
But she's supporting her guy.
She was at the game with the mother. Do you want to meet the mother, like right off the bat, and go
I
hang
think
out?
the mother's just in it at this point.
Donna.
Donna is she's just
Donna's
in
getting
it.
way too much attention.
If they're not playing, Donna might still go.
Why is Donna getting so much
They
attention?
gave Donna because she's cute.
Why isn't the dad get anything? Not
I mean,
one
he got-
interview.
by the way, he got dropped out quick. Did
No,
he not? Because they
I'm
were
saying
like,
even
they
in-
were gonna divorce, but
But then Super Bowl week, they didn't even mention the guy. It was his sperm.
I think he was at Chicky and Pete's. I think that was
He was
him.
there, but I'm saying the Super Bowl week that she's on Good Morning every show.
Because they show her crying, they show Jason crying, and then the father, they just kind of brush over and somebody pats him on the back. And I'm like, there you go.
The guy
There you go.
shows you what a father, the thanks you get some of the
So
time.
good. I was like, hey, man.
And they're like, Donna, talk to every person in the world, every media outlet.
The moms get all the accolades.
She's like, here's some cookies, boys.
She
like,
brought
this
them
is so
Tupperware.
She's flipping the coin. Enough.
You're pissed.
I get why people hate the Patriots, but the Chiefs.
Do you?
The Chiefs.
Do you get it?
The Chiefs
you know
are worse.
When we do something about the Patriots, I'm wearing nothing for New England.
We need to do something.
Just like you did here. This disrespect is worse than what Taylor Swift did.
We need to
This is uncomfortably disrespectful.
I almost wore bright red lipstick.
I forgot my Eagles hat. I don't know. I always have Eagles visors hats, and I forgot my bobblehead, Angelo Cataldi. I'm always on WIP.
Oh, I saw him on this.
He's the man.
When you said that
what a
name,
great voice.
And I was like, who the hell are you talking? And then I was like, oh, that guy.
Yeah, my man right there.
I grew this beard in honor of Jason Kelce.
It's overnight.
Yes.
It's not as thick. His is thick. How does this chick like that? Because she's pale. She probably gets all prickly up from
He's
it.
a big burly lumberjack
I
of a
shouldn't say
man.
chick, his girlfriend, but I do
His
like
wife. How dare you?
A wife. Shit. Eleanor.
You went from chick to girlfriend. You're like, let me upgrade her a little bit.
I'm just jealous, I guess, because he's a sweetie.
And
He's cute.
She's from that area.
Yeah, and I love what she said at one point. She was like, if he got traded or went to a different team, I couldn't support.
She said I wouldn't.
Sorry, buddy.
She said I wouldn't wear the jersey.
I won't wear it. Good for you. And I love like her dad. He's like, he has to leave the room. He can't watch the game.
He said he would be screaming.
I mean, I know people like that.
Think he gambles on the games for dad?
He's
Insider trading?
Probably. I don't know what part of Pennsylvania they're from, but
She seems too classy to be from
100%. Those cheekbones and that jawline says suburbs somewhere. Nice, sweet, suburby.
The language, though, not suburban on either.
Love it. Both of you. Thank you.
Aggressive.
Welcome.
F-bombs in front of children. Yeah. Let's pull it back a little bit. Hard F-bombs.
And I was like, hell yeah. Is that
I'm not a mild-mannered guy, but I don't swear in front of my kids.
I got to be honest. I had this argument with a friend of mine because my mom never cursed. My dad would shoot somebody, but he barely cursed.
Look
Is
at
that
that.
weird?
That's
like,
good.
I've seen
It's
him
good to know
put
your-
a gun
draw
to
your-
heads of people, and I've never. Maybe I heard him say shit.
And he even said, I'll blow your darn brains out.
You ever talk to my kids like that again? It was a terrible story. I think I told it. But, yeah, he did put a gun to a guy's head right in front of me and my brother Billy.
That
And we were like,
happens. My dad did that all the time. I could tell you it would be too long of a show if I got
hey,
into all
the
of
guy yelled at me and Billy, and we were honest with my dad, and my dad called him and made him come back, and he made us sit there to wait and watch what he did.
That's cool.
And that guy folded.
Oh, he didn't say, let me argue with you while there's a gun to my head.
All of a sudden, he was quiet. He even came in humble, though. He came in that way. My dad was at the top level. Whatever.
But he doesn't swear even at that level.
He wasn't
respect that.
swearing. Yeah, my dad wasn't swearing, but that guy was swearing at us. And when
That
that
was
guy
the
came
problem.
back before my dad even put the gun to his head, he wasn't swearing at all. And he was like, I came in here like he was already pussyfooting around. But to
backpedaling.
us, he was a tough guy. And so my dad did that. All right, maybe that's not the best parenting, but what I'm saying is they never cursed in front of us, right? But then, like growing up, my friends' parents, they cursed, but we were, 15, 16.
Yeah, you're older.
So you're thinking,
Which is fine. Yeah.
You're thinking, okay, that's normal. But then I noticed, like, I have friends that have kids and they swear like crazy at them and in front of them, and I'm like, oh.
We never had language restrictions in my house. But there was an unwritten law of like you can't say fuck like aimed at your parent. Like, hey, fuck you.
Yeah.
We didn't say fuck though in general, but like, but they never swore in front of us. Like for me, young kids, there's no reason to because they're gonna go to school and say like, hey, what the fuck, and then
Absolutely.
and then who does it come back to? It comes back to you. It's not on them. It's like where'd they hear that? It's from the parent.
Like, I mean, we would teach our. We learned weird games, and we taught my nephew Conrad how to play Screw Your Neighbor. Now, is that nice? No, but he went to school and he goes, who wants to play Screw Your Neighbor? And they're like, wait, what?
Like, I don't want to live near you.
And then he was like, no, my Aunt Elle taught me. And I'm like, oh, shit.
You're like, good thing I live out of state.
Eleanor got in trouble. And he was like, you can't sit. I mean, he was in like second grade or something.
But imagine had he said what they're saying on here.
Exactly. But then my mom's neighbor, this was the worst one I saw. My mom's neighbor, there was a baby in like a I can't think of what it's called. I'm not smart. Carrier, but for the seat. Car seat, like the adjustable ones you could take in and out. So she had like carry thing, and the baby was crying, and then there was like a 4-year-old, and the woman came out. I don't know if she was the mom or the grandma. You can't tell because they're all young, and so she goes, "What the fuck is wrong with that kid? What the fuck is wrong with him?" And I was like, on the step, like, "Oh, that's awesome."
They say
like the 4-year-old's just taking it in, and he's gonna look at the baby and be like, "The fuck is wrong with you?" Know what I mean?
Psychologists say like your subconscious, the voice you hear in your head, is often that of like your parents. So that's what that kid's
Mine's
gonna grow
like
up.
Mine is this.
Yeah, yours is like that kid's
no
gonna
wonder
hear.
I'm suicidal.
That kid's gonna hear, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" when they grow up.
That's terrible.
So that's good.
Yeah, that.
I hear it
at
parks, and I'm like, my kid, I'm
Whoa.
like, I don't bring my kids to a playground to hear you.
Well, I know, and I got in trouble for cursing at the playground a lot because there were little kids around. But they would you started when you got in trouble for it. You go, okay, pay attention. There's young people. There's little
teenagers
ones.
come hang out. You're like,
that's what I'm saying. I was the teenager.
You're like, hey, there's no better hangout spots than like you're 15 years old. You're gonna hang out by slides with 5-year-olds.
Yeah, if I can quote Johnny Fax here.
Sure.
He called me a fat truck driver.
About what? In regards to what?
Cursing at the playground.
Well, listen.
So you sound like a fat truck driver.
Well, it sounds like that stuck with you, just like Polly stuck with me. So there. It hurts, doesn't it?
No, but it made me laugh. And I was like, "You're fucking right. I'm fat."
And I'm a fucking truck driver.
I don't know how to drive a truck.
Should we get into the nitty gritty here?
Yeah, let's get into the nitty gritty because we both thought the same thing, that it was long.
Little long, little slow. They could have taken a little air out of it, I thought.
But it was good to see my beautiful city and that beautiful light.
They could have done what Tom Brady was alleged to do.
Stadium, my favorite. That's where my mama worked.
They could have taken some air out of this like they accused Brady of, which he didn't do.
Hold on a second. Are you saying Deflategate was...
It's fake.
Bullshit.
It's fake.
Bullshit. It's real.
That guy
it's who he
that
is.
guy went rogue.
His own balls in his pants are deflated.
How do you
Because he keeps them that way.
By the way,
that's the only way he can grab them together.
Seeing this Travis Kelce, I'm so thankful that Tom Brady was never single as the Patriots quarterback because it would have been such a mess.
Well, why? What do you mean?
Just would have been like Tom Brady. Anyone he dated would have been a huge story. It would have been a big old circus.
Yeah.
This, I think,
it still is, and he's gone.
I think Taylor
retired.
Swift is a curse on the Chiefs. I'm calling it now. They will not win the Super Bowl this year. This is a huge distraction.
Well, I will say this:
Mahomes is unhappy because his wife's a huge fame whore.
Oh yeah, she's a problem. I don't like.
So I think this is going to cause big problems.
Yes.
Kansas City can't handle this sort of publicity.
They're not good.
This isn't L.A.
No, and they got Don up there judging everyone, and
this isn't good. But I think it's good because I want Jason to get redemption.
Can I say this, Jason? I want you to get redemption too, and I hope we're not jinxing it because the Eagles are.
They're playing well,
undefeated, right
just
now.
like last year.
Right now,
same.
Yes,
but so are the Chiefs, just like last year.
No one likes the Chiefs. Anyway, sorry, Ingram. I'm not picking the Chiefs. I just can't.
My wife. Oh, Patrick Mahomes. He's unhappy. They want the attention. His brother.
his
Shitty TikToker
wife.
who got arrested for, I don't know if it's sexual assault or.
For real?
Sexual misconduct.
He's gay, I thought.
Well, not according to this woman.
I'm sorry. If you're not, I'm sorry.
Not according to this woman who filed charges. She was like a manager of a bar. He like went into her office and he got creepy.
Oh, I think I did hear about that. But I look, let's jinx the Chiefs. I'm with it. I'm for the maybe.
But the old
Taylor Swift is doing
double
this
agent
for us.
Wow.
Good girl. I like where this is going.
That's high level conspiracy, sports conspiracy.
He's gonna have lipstick all over his tight pants.
So Jason centered in, knowing his brother's weakness.
I love this.
By the way, I saw with Travis Kelce how he wooed her. He made her a friendship bracelet. He went to her concert with his phone number on it.
But that was the thing, wasn't it? To go to the.
No, but that he's wanted
That's
the publicity.
why I keep thinking she's young, because I keep hearing like little girls put friendship bracelets for the Taylor Swift concert. Beyonce's like, where's Silver? I know how old she is.
So I guess he couldn't get it to her, but he I don't know if he reached out to whatever, and he was like, I've seen you rock the Arrowhead Stadium. Why don't you come see me rock Arrowhead Stadium? We'll see which one's more lit. I was like, oh, boy, this fucking guy.
All right, Taylor, just do your thing.
Can't stand him.
You're really anti him.
Do you know who her ex-boyfriend was, though? Taylor's.
No, I don't
Lead
follow
singer of a
this
band
kid.
who had some Nazi leanings. So there's that.
Which one?
Which band?
Yeah.
I think it was
Pink Floyd? Roger
1979,
Waters?
1976 or something?
75.
75?
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's the name of the band?
Yeah, the lead singer.
1975?
And then the guy had a lot of stuff came out. And she's like, I guess we're broken up.
Wait a minute. You're going to tell me that this man that had some Nazi... Nah.
Is that, what was that comic's name? Oh, fuck, what was his name? He's from New York.
This guy looks like he worked with Hitler.
What was the comic's name? He was from New York.
I'm kidding.
He was
I
in
don't
Project X. Do you know what I'm talking about? He was like kind of a rambly, all over the place guy. Fuck, he looks like this guy. Can't think of his name.
Oh, really?
Rick Shapiro?
Oh. Well, he was rambling all over the place. He has Parkinson's, you dick.
No, but before.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he kind of, I could see that. I could see him, yeah.
He looks like a young version.
Yeah. Not to
Yeah,
say
he
that,
doesn't.
not to say that Rick Shapiro's a Nazi guy, but wait,
No.
he had
I'm
some
just
Nazi
I'm
shit,
just saying.
this
Look,
guy?
yeah, look it up. Just there's Rick Shapiro.
Shapiro, there he is, the best.
He used to come into the Comedy Store.
Oh, I love one of my favorite podcasts I ever did.
When I was
no offense,
when I worked the door there, he would come in.
Yeah.
Yeah, look up this Nazi, just so I'm sure. I don't want to say that.
Nazi.
Yeah, that he did it and he didn't, but I believe he did have some things come out, and then she quickly distanced.
Oh,
1975.
Trouble.
They're an English pop band.
Oh, well, she shouldn't be. Dating.
She's
don't date them anyway.
She's dated a lot of people, but then she puts all your business out there in her songs. Jake Gyllenhaal.
Sure, that's
the guy
why.
from Twilight. What's his name? The guy who played Jacob. Don't know it.
I'll
Joseph
take your word
Lautner.
for it.
Jacob Lautner.
I'll take your word for it. I
She
remember
dated.
my nieces had those towels with their pictures on it.
She dated-
I never watched that.
She
Is
dated
that
John Mayer. No, it's not bad at all.
who hasn't dated John Mayer
I
other
didn't.
than you and I?
I saw him at the Comedy Store once.
Me too, a
Very
million
big,
times.
big chin. Very, very prominent.
Jay Leno-ish?
I would say not far off.
I don't remember that. He played guitar. I mean, he would just play on stage.
I never saw him do stand-up. I just saw him like hanging out there.
Aren't you lucky?
What if there's zero Nazi leanings on this guy?
Jeff,
They can't
I don't
find
know
it?
what you're saying. Maybe they wiped it. Are these guys a big band?
They're pretty big.
They're like getting there. They have a song
Okay.
called Caroline, which is on the radio, I think, or was.
Sweet
That's the Red Sox. That's
I
a
know
better
what
city.
it is.
Better city than
It is
yours.
not. It is not. Do you know my ex and I used to fight over what city is more patriotic?
What, the Liberty Bell versus the Tea Party?
And then
More
he
history
was
in
from
Boston.
Lexington, and he's like, the Battle of Lexington, and all this stuff, and I go, hello, and then I took him to Betsy Ross's house and the Liberty Bell and
What about Plymouth
Billy
Rock?
Penn.
It was all
Plymouth
started.
Rock will land on them.
We didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us. Chris Rock.
It's that song, whatever. Oh, music festival.
He kissed a bandmate. That is kind of Nazi-ish, if you ask me.
Kissing a guy.
I'm kidding. That was a
Jeffrey.
joke.
That's weird. Where were they playing? At the Christian
Says he has
Coalition?
many controversies.
Oh, okay. So he's had some disturbing comments. All right.
What'd he say?
He said some wild shit, probably. Who knows? So she got rid of him and wrote a song about him, and it's called
And now she's got
What do you think it's called?
Travis, the way you spike that football.
Travis, your pants are so tight.
Your mother Donna.
I don't know how she
bakes
sings.
those cookies.
Bing, bing, bing. Yeah. Your mom's cookies are alright.
Your brother Jason, such a nice guy.
Wish I met Jason before he met his wife.
Wish I was Jason's girl.
That'd be amazing.
So anyway, back to this. It opens with Jason Kelce reading his kids Dr. Seuss's
And
The Places You Go, which I think they made him do that because it was
me
very
too.
fitting.
I was like, I remember Chris Rock. You brought him up. Used to read Dr. Seuss
I
books.
saw him do that.
on
The
stage.
crowd died laughing, and I was like, if I did that, I would be booed.
Oh yeah.
Out of the building.
Eggs thrown,
Yes.
chairs, the whole tables. But Chris, that's how good he is. Could
like,
read.
Look at Andy Kaufman up there reading his book.
But it was so. I don't remember reading that. I remember seeing them. I wasn't a big reader. Anyway,
You listened to Dr.
I looked
Seuss.
at the pictures, but I don't remember. But then I revisited it. Later with the kids, my nieces and nephews, and I was like, oh, this is so.
This was perfect
But, yeah, it
for
was
like
perfect.
the theme of this. Is like it's the end of his career. Is he going to retire? Is he not? Like it was.
It's a long time.
I think the producers were like, hey, it fits. Like I think.
Yeah.
'Cause that's a book you read kids when they like graduate something. It's not you read some young kids.
Yeah, and he truly. I know he's not native Philadelphian, Pennsylvanian, but he really has the heart.
He's become
of that fucking city.
He's become like the embodiment of the team
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
the city.
Yeah.
They start showing annoying sports radio guys from Philly.
Hey, how dare
I
you?
mean, cool.
Angelo and Al, a shout out. You guys are my favorite, and they know.
What about
it.
Tony Bruno?
Tony Bruno? What about him?
He's not your favorite?
No, I mean he's up there.
They get into the 2018 Eagles parade, which pissed me off because they beat the Patriots.
So good.
You knew it was a sensitive
So good.
with a
It
backup.
was so hot. It was the only time I was dancing.
With a backup quarterback. By the way, I think it should be stated you're a Rams fan. You're
Everybody
not an
knows.
Eagles fan.
Why do you think this is blue?
You're a fraud. You're Taylor Swift. You're the original Taylor
How
Swift.
dare you?
You turned your
Everyone
back.
knows I'm a Rams fan, but I'll never not love my hometown
You
team.
can't. You
You
can't.
can
both.
have two. You can have two.
Where do you live in Utah? You polygamous?
Yes, I'm a polygamist when it comes to, I've always been advocate of the Mormon
You are a
religion.
Ram. If the Rams and Eagles play, who you rooting for?
That's a tough one.
Rams.
But I have
You
been
know
to
it's
a
the Rams.
Rams-Eagles game, and I have my Eagles hat on. I had an Eagles and a Rams hat, and every time the Eagles would score, and it was when the Rams took out, the reason they had to have a backup quarterback is because the Rams injured, now my brain is gone, not Nick Foles.
Nick Foles is who was playing.
Is who but they
Wentz,
injured Carson Wentz. His name wasn't coming. Nick Foles was coming because he played for the Rams. Anyway,
Nick Foles has been terrible since this goddamn Super Bowl game.
Yeah.
He's done shit.
How dare
He
you?
played lights
needed that.
out.
He was terrible for the Rams, and then he was terrible. I mean, he was amazing for one
game.
glorious moment.
One goddamn game.
And that'll be his legacy. God bless him. But he did it. He pulled it off. And anybody who beats the Patriots is great in everybody's book, and we all know that.
That's wrong.
That is correct.
So they go to the parade. What is a mummer outfit? What does that mean?
This is another offensive thing you're going to bring up.
Because isn't that New Orleans?
This is how. Watch your mouth.
It's Philadelphia?
This is Philadelphia.
What is it?
There's different cities.
Is it
Did you know
Mumra?
there's different places in the world?
I'm aware of that.
Yeah. Are you just only there with your little Patriot hat on?
No.
And your little bullshit Plymouth Rock?
That's
huh?
wrong.
Is that what you're with?
I know there's. Is this Mumra from Thundercats?
No, you piece of shit.
What
this
is
is the
it?
Mummers. You remember when Johnny Fax told you you're not going to be wanted in Philadelphia? This is going to be worse.
I'll be wanted, but not in the way that I want to be wanted.
This is run by a lot of different people.
There's gonna be a bounty on my ass.
The Mummers is the best thing and the worst thing for me. I have a fear and a love for that, if that's a thing, right? So every year the Mummers do a parade. Every New Year's.
But who are they? What is it?
It's a bunch of different. There's a whole
Is it
Mummers
an organization?
Parade. Yes, but there's a whole bunch of different outfits. If you Google Mummers Parade,
Is it like the guys who wear the little Grand Poobah hats? You know what I'm talking about with like the fez?
The Shriners.
Yeah, the Shriners.
Don't help him.
Are they like the Shriners?
Do not
But
help him.
hey, I know. I'm
yes,
helping you, Eleanor.
but he's
They're
an
not.
asshole.
Are they like the Shriners?
No.
What are they?
Hold on a second.
Get to it.
I want to make it. I don't want to mess it up.
Is it a fraternity?
The Mummers Parade, and there's a bunch of different outfits inside of organizations inside of it. I shouldn't say outfits. I mean, they all have different themes, and they go up and they're marked on they're judged on their costumes and creativeness and everything. But my thing is, when I would go to the Mummers Parade, it was every New Year's Day.
Does this not look like Mardi Gras though? These outfits, feathery, shiny, shimmery.
No, I mean yes, but no, it's different. Mardi Gras is them throwing beads at girls who show their tits. These are creative people that come up with. My Uncle Tom was a mummer. There was a fancy brigade. There's all different brigades. That's the whole thing.
How do you become a mummer?
It's not easy.
What do you mean?
And it's a lot of work.
How do you apply?
They work year round on it.
Can I apply?
You have to be from Philadelphia.
Well, I am.
But you I don't. What are the other brigades? It's Fancy Brigade. What are they? What was that?
The Kerrigans.
Yeah, the Kerrigans are in it.
The Wenches. The
No.
comics. You could have been in the.
Okay, so the comics.
Why aren't you in the comics?
So every time
you, Bill Cosby,
Let
Dom
me
Herrera,
explain. So the comics would come down first.
Big J
right?
Okerson.
The comics aren't the big like Fancy Brigade. They don't do that. But the comics would come down first. So they started drinking early. And then they would walk
Which is fitting,
back up
fitting
Broad
for
Street.
comics.
And every time, and I was little, and they'd be like, "Hey," they thought I was my sister Karen, and they'd kiss me, and I'd have makeup all over my face.
So this is the dark
Fucking hated it.
side of the mummers.
Yeah, and this is when I hung at 12th and Wolf, and one time this guy was like, "Hey, we want to take your picture," and a lot of us had our 12th and Wolf jackets on, and we were just at the parade, and they took us into Methodist Hospital, which is right on Broad Street, and they were like, "Yeah, we're just gonna come in here and take a picture," and we all sat down, and we're like, "Who is this guy?" Like all of a sudden, our South Philly antennas went up, and we were like, "Wait, what magazine are you with?" You know what I mean? Like hardcore. And then it got to the point where he wasn't answering questions, and he just kept taking pictures of us, and it was all girls, and we were like, "Fuck this," and we just broke out of it. I don't know if it was a real magazine, but we got pissed because he wouldn't answer questions, and nobody broke his camera, but it got close.
I hope he got thrown out of the mummers for that. Doesn't
and
sound
then
like
we
he's a
called
good
some
guy.
of the 12 Wolf guys, and we're like, "That guy took our picture," and they chased him away.
And he hasn't been seen since.
None of our business where he went. Anyway, screw that. So it's the string bands. Was my Uncle Tom in the string band or the fancies? I forget.
Seems like they play instruments.
They do. They do everything. They play instruments. It's all
Do they
thematic.
play this song?
They have done Rocky theme. I know you're being condescending, and I'm not falling for it.
Hey, I could be a mummer,
How
and you
dare
could
you.
be a mummer.
By the way,
anybody could be a mummer.
This takes place on 2nd Street, and there's a big party. Everybody goes to the party on 2nd Street. That's the Irish neighborhood. So they drink a lot, no offense, but there's like McDaniels and all these bars, and you go and you really have a good time. Do I ever go to them? No, because I'm socially uncomfortable with big gatherings like that.
Well, and the picture thing seems like
I did it a couple times, but I don't like it. It's not my favorite.
What does the Fancy Brigade entail?
It's beautiful. They do beautiful things. God bless you.
Excuse me.
They just put on a beautiful show, and
Are they the flashiest?
Amazing they're all flashy.
Everybody's
except
flashy.
for the comics. Except for the comics.
What are the comics wearing? Like rags? Like what do they wear?
Pretty much. They just wear
loincloth?
face on. They just paint faces on. They're just there to entertain and be silly and goofy. And I don't know if they're judged. This is probably the worst thing for me to talk about.
Is this a good parade?
A lot of people say, yeah, it is. And it doesn't come down Broad Street anymore. Now it just goes through the convention center. It's so bad now. I hate it.
They do it every year.
We still watch it, but
is it on TV?
Mm-hmm. It's a big deal.
Not nationally though.
I hear what you're saying.
I'm just saying. I'm not familiar.
Yeah, it's a local thing.
For our listeners out there who aren't Philadelphia.
Do you know
natives.
that our local news isn't national? I mean, sometimes it is when robots come in, but yeah, that's it. You know?
Oh, we had it nationally in 2009 and 2010.
Thank
Whoa,
you.
Look at that.
WJ, yeah.
I stand corrected. I
It's
wasn't
a
around.
giant. It is. A lot of people
It's a
watch
fun
it,
time.
and a lot of people, because people move away and then they watch. You watched it.
Oh, I watch it every year.
See?
It's a tradition.
He's from
Maybe
Philadelphia.
I'll watch it this year. I'll get
He's from
online.
Pennsylvania.
Just watch out for the blackface.
But are you, look, watch out for what?
The blackface.
Okay,
They're
so
still
here,
slipping it in sometimes.
here's the thing. They were saying that it's racist, and I'm thinking it's racist. We just got past letting women in, right? Because it was always all men.
Mm-hmm.
And they let women in, and usually guys would dress as women. So it was kind of funnier, but now it's women, and you're like, oh, okay. But most people say now that we let women in, it sucks. And I'm like,
there goes the mummers.
that's terrible. So then it came out that they were doing blackface, and they showed this guy, and I'm not kidding, looked exactly like my brother Billy, and I sent it to my whole family. I was like, when did Billy get in the mummers? It wasn't him, but it really looked like we're too lazy to do this kind of thing. They work. There it is. That picture right there. No, scroll. Yeah.
That looks like your brother.
Not kidding.
Why? Who's
I sent
interviewing
it to
him?
Johnny. I have no idea
Why would
who
you
he is.
interview a man in blackface?
I idea who he is. I have never met that man in my life, but if I show you Billy, you're gonna say it's him.
It might be. Does he have an alibi?
Nah, it's him without the face.
Does
without
he have an alibi for that night?
I don't know. We did ask him a million times over.
Does he have this outfit? Orange bandana and
so
orange
fun.
dress.
Just the way his mouth, like that's so Billy, and that he'd have his sunglasses on. Dead. But I'll say this that will piss him off. He has way too much hair.
Oh, boy.
To
Come on.
be Billy.
So anyway,
All right,
we
so
took a
let's
long
move
way
on.
around.
You'll just have to take my word for it.
At the 2018 parade, Jason Kelce's wearing a mummer outfit. He's wearing like
Which is a giant thing. That's the heart of Philadelphia. This is
he's
a
wearing
big
like a
deal.
turban almost. I don't even know what you
Yeah.
call it. It's all
That's good. Awesome.
it's all like bedazzled. It's green.
Mm-hmm.
He gives a speech. I think were they on the Rocky Stairs or close to it?
I'm sure. Wait. Wait. Where did they do this speech?
Doesn't
it
see the
say?
columns in the back? Doesn't it look like the Rocky?
Oh, I have to see it. I don't remember. Sometimes they do them all different places, but it could have been. I mean, the art museum steps are a big deal, but I swore I saw them in front of city. And what is it called?
City Hall.
City Hall, with Billy Penn on top. William Penn.
Independence Hall.
Independence Hall. Thank you. I swore I saw them in front of that too. So I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
His speech, he has kind of a raspy voice in general, but I think he was yelling a lot here. He sounded
But
a
he
lot
cries
like
a lot. Oh no, that's the art museum.
he sounded a lot like Matt Foley,
Yeah.
Chris Farley's character, the motivational speaker. He's like, no one wanted us. We're a bunch of underdogs. Hungry dogs run faster. People want to know why Philly doesn't have the nicest fans. If I don't eat breakfast, I'm fucking pissed off.
And when
Is he saying they're poor? Is that what he's
I
saying?
was just gonna say, is he saying we can't afford breakfast?
That's what it seems
or
like.
We don't get breakfast. I
I think he
mean,
can't afford.
he may be right. I mean, I could speak for myself. I didn't eat breakfast a lot
See?
of my life.
He's talking to you.
And I was furious in class, so I hear what you're saying.
He's talking right
But
to
yeah,
you.
the way he said that made me laugh. I was like, but I remember this speech, and to be honest, I remember crying watching it.
Oh, I remember being
love
infuriated
it.
by it because the Patriots had just lost.
So good. It was so good.
But he won me back in this documentary, I'll say that.
Good.
But his
good,
brother lost me even further.
I like that.
Jason,
Don't worry, because we
Jason
have a spy
said
on him.
a quote which I thought I liked. He said, the best thing a human being can give another human being is belief.
Absolutely.
He's like, because I've needed people to believe in me at times. And then it comes around because he believes in his brother.
Would you do
later.
the same thing for your brother?
Yes. If I thought that he was deserving. If I did not,
would.
I wouldn't.
Knowing which one it was. I'm kidding. I would. Even for the blackface one, I would. And we're the closest in age. The one that looked like that guy.
That is him.
It really wasn't.
They do what's your boy's name? Your radio guy? Cataldi?
Angelo Cataldi.
So he's doing
Yeah, I have a little bobblehead.
He's doing an interview with Jason Kelce.
How great is his voice?
They're really sucking Jason off in the interview, saying how great he is. You're my favorite Eagle of all time. And the guy wasn't young either, so he's seen a lot of Eagles. Travis
That's true.
Kelce.
Angelo retired last year.
Travis shows up at the appearance, and this sets up like the whole doc because he says they talk about tasting a Super Bowl and then losing the next year and wanting to get it back, and that kind of sets. And it's weird. Jason Kelce has a very good pensive face.
Yeah.
They kept showing him. You could just see him thinking. You could see the wheels turning and like his eyes. You'd be like staring, lost off into thought, and you're like, oh, he's thinking about wanting to get back. You could see it.
I wonder if I'm gonna get it again.
He's like, I need to get back there. You piece of
We'll
shit.
see.
So then they go to training camp, and Jason Kelce had 35. He's had 7 surgeries. Tore his MCL, tore his ACL.
He was talking about a lot of inflammation. This guy needs castor oil. Let me get you some castor oil, Jace, and this will fix everything.
Fucked his left ankle, right hand, both elbows, broken hands and fingers.
Oh,
he's like, I have arthritis in a lot of areas of my body.
Yeah.
Not good.
Some cayenne pepper and castor oil on the feet.
He's like, I can't play football without heavy anti-inflammatories at this point. And he's like, there's a good chance this is my last rodeo. 35, that's young. That's young to be so broken down.
But wait a minute.
For the NFL, though, that's ancient.
Yeah, that's dog years. They live in dog years. And he's getting crushed. He's getting hit and hitting people like a truck.
When they're mic'd up, it sounds like car crashes.
Fuck.
When the lineman hit, it's like...
You can hear like in the neck, you're like, oh.
Yeah,
it's great.
It's rough.
I mean, it's awful. But, it used to be, remember when it used to be like real gritty? They would kill each other, right? And then this guy came in the league.
Who?
He was like, it hurt. And then all these penalties.
One
Don't
guy.
touch me.
It wasn't the fact that they paid the quarterback so much that they needed to protect him.
15-yard penalty.
Oh, get out of here.
This guy, his balls were so deflated that impaired his speech. So he talked like that.
Called the greatest of all time. The GOAT.
Can't touch anybody
Tom
anymore.
Brady.
So it's weird. That's why you're like, oh, wow, I can hear the hit. Because you haven't seen one watching Brady all the years.
No. Yeah, because the line kept him clean.
That's why they were wearing
good
pink
play.
in October, because it was for the ballet that
They're supporting
Tom Brady
breast
brought
cancer
in.
because they're philanthropists.
No, that's a hoax. It's all for Brady. It's his favorite color.
Jason's looking for a Super Bowl ring. I don't get why it wasn't where he said it would be.
Yeah.
And his wife, I like the
By the
moments
way,
between him and his wife were
so
always
cute.
I wanted more of them. I was like,
They were really
I wanted
adorable.
less
They could have
football.
a reality show.
I wanted less football and more of just them interacting at home. And she was like, he can read a football field like perfectly. He can't find keys or if they're in his pocket because he's just looking everywhere.
I love that.
She's like, did you check your golf bag? Did you check this? And he's like, I don't know.
By the way, did he find it?
They didn't show it if he did.
That's weird. I just thought of that. I'm like, oh.
Maybe his kids still.
I remember him saying, kids just bringing it outside, buried it. Like
my son takes shit and he'll put it in like you'll find it. He puts
Years
things like
later.
he throws things away sometimes. You have to be on him to
whoa.
look. So who knows? Maybe it's in the trash. So I don't keep my Super Bowl ring out.
You don't.
No.
You leave it in
my ass.
It's the best way.
Just like Christopher Walken in Pulp Fiction.
And that's, you get them on or pull them out, then put them back. Feels good. I get it. How many rings are up there?
18.
I like that. Okay.
The wife's name is Kylie. They met on Tinder.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's exactly what I'm pointing at, Tinder. Because that is so cute. And then
she said his profile just said Jason 28. No mention of the Eagles.
Because when his hair is a certain
he had long
way,
hair.
He's another shapeshifter. I was like, is that him? Is that the bro?
Well, the beard too. You got the beard different lengths, hair different lengths.
It changes completely. Like, whoa. But yeah, she was like, it's either gonna be him.
Well, they Googled. They're like, because he looks familiar, and her and her friends were like, wait.
Smartly, she Googled the name. Good girl.
No, but it didn't have his phone. I think they Google imaged his picture.
Oh,
and they found out,
that's right.
They found out, oh, wait, he's on the Eagles. And she's like,
yeah.
There's 2 options. 1, it's a catfish.
Yeah.
2, it's really him. Either way, it's a cool story. So she's like, I'm going to go.
It's a win-win. That's why I like her. I'm like, oh, yeah, she's down for even if it's a catfish.
So I didn't get this. He comes and says, come meet me at a bar, which I think he had been at for a while. She shows up and he fell asleep, which makes me think he passed
Hilarious.
out. Like,
and then I was like, is this game day or was he just drinking?
I think he had been at a bar all day, said come out, and then he was just wasted.
Have you ever been on a date where somebody fell asleep?
No.
I have.
I mean, not.
But it was drug induced and I was pissed.
Was it like first?
You know who you
Imagine
are.
a first date though.
It was up there. It was like maybe our second.
And you were like, yeah, let's keep going with this.
We went together for a while.
He said, hey, not a good first impression. Can we try it again?
That'd be hard. Yeah. Is it cool?
And a guy that size has got some bad apnea. You must have been like,
I didn't even think of that. But like in public, yeah.
And she's like, people are like, oh, look who it is.
You know what? I don't know what's happening, but my heart's beating an extra beat.
He's one of us. There's a story. This wasn't in here, but there's a story. I think it was on his podcast. It's called New Heights.
Yeah, his podcast is great.
Which he started while they were filming this.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess he wanted to propose. He was going to propose to her. And he's like, I have to ask her dad for permission.
Oh.
And so he had the ring on him. And I think he was like, oh, shit.
It.
Like, I didn't ask the dad. And so he goes, hold on. Like, I got to go back inside. I got to go to the bathroom. Because he's like, I have to go ask the dad because they were going somewhere he's going to propose.
God, he is such a jock.
So
this is such a jock thing.
So he goes in, he comes out, and she's like, what did you just do in there? She's like, you don't take a shit less than 20 minutes? Like, what's going on? And so he goes, look, I know this isn't.
20 minutes.
He goes, I know this isn't.
Slept on the first date. Left for 20 minutes. Whoa.
No, less than 20 minutes. She's like, your usual shit time is 20 minutes.
Oh, less than.
Yeah, less
I love this.
Which is classy. And he goes, look, I know this isn't romantic, but will you marry me after that question?
Less than 20 minutes. So he's in there pushing.
He's like, that's what he fucked up. He's like, I'm in here for 5. I should take longer.
Yeah.
For my usual 20-minute shit time.
Oh my God. But I love that that's how she greeted him back. Like, what you doing there? You don't.
She may not be from the city in Philly, but she's got that
energy,
toughness to her. She's like, you taking a shit?
Even the suburbs are kind of, has that thing.
It trickles down.
It does.
And her parents could be from, you never know.
Yeah.
They show the first Eagles game. NFL, their music, because the NFL did this. Great music. But if you listen to the music alone, how shitty would it be? It's like weird jazz, like slow. Yeah. But it's very fitting for the football.
It's always fitting.
So this is where she's watching. She's dropping hard fucks in front of her 2 kids.
Yeah.
She's like, fuck!
Yeah.
The
Can
kids,
could it ever just be easy? Would always have to be, and she freaks out.
She's like, 2, by the way, they're kids. I can't put football on in my house. Baby Bar wants to watch her own bullshit. I'm like, look at these 2 kids.
Oh, that's
just
hilarious.
There. Look at this.
But that's, again, what we were talking about before with the space.
Mm-hmm.
Like, where are they living? How small is this house?
It was humble for what he makes. I don't get why it was so small.
Yeah, like, I mean, I would have acres if I made $1,000. You know, I can't imagine making millions.
Yeah, the kids were sharing a room, which I didn't get.
I don't know.
They had 2 cribs in one room.
Oh, I guess, but maybe they're young. I don't know, but like they're big girls.
The house was nice, but it just wasn't a bit large.
But also, like, when they're recording their podcast, she's like, hey, you got to keep it down. And it's like, he doesn't have a man cave, like, with the studio in it? What's
Don't even get
here?
me started. I'll go off on that in a minute.
All right, we'll get to it. I'm sorry.
They show the Eagles. They get off to a 4-0 start. They kind of do some highlights. Jason says he gets uncomfortable with too much comfort. He doesn't like when things are going too good.
Of course.
He's like, I don't like people telling me things are like, I'm great. He's like, doesn't motivate me.
Yeah. Too comfortable is always... and
it seems
not
like
a good sign.
His whole story has been underdog, so I don't think he likes being heralded. That's not the position.
Did we skip over that?
No, that comes here.
Oh, okay.
They should go to the Kelce home videos. Mm-hmm. Jason's 2 years older, which he looks a lot older. Just they look so different.
That's the other thing. I thought they were like 10 years
They
apart.
look that, but they're not.
Wow. Because the other one may be just because he's clean shaven. Because I guess when I saw the picture of Jason where he had like a little more clean shaven and the longer hair, he did look a lot younger.
Have you seen Travis's shitty mustache he has this season, by the way?
No.
Oh, terrible.
I'm not paying any
So in
attention
Travis's
to him.
interview, he's wearing a hideous shirt, some stupid hat. Is he a stylist or is this his own pick?
Yeah, that's the other thing. And when you see Jason, you only see him in Eagles gear.
Or like a fleece and like basketball shorts.
And that's it. But the brother, he never has Chiefs gear on.
Well, he looks like he's going to like a Nickelodeon's Kid Choice Award. The weirdo, bright colors. What the fuck?
Boy, your hatred's deep, huh?
Oh, it's real deep for this guy. He's not Gronkowski, I'll tell you that.
Gronk.
who's also an idiot, by the way. I'll admit
He
that.
does dress pretty terribly.
Boy, he's just a
from
moron.
time to time.
He's a big dumb idiot. Donna Kelce, they set her up. And she's like, they had so much energy. I had to keep them as busy as I could. And so they were doing like 800 sports.
Yeah.
And she said, my thing was help them. I like this too. Help them find their passion. I was going to do everything I could to feed it.
Beautiful.
Which
That's
is
what you can only wish a parent.
So she wasn't pushing, but it's like they were like, I like this.
Yeah.
And she's like, all right, I'll
Have
do
fun.
everything you can and we'll go that way. And then
They
the
played
dad,
every sport, they
the
said.
dad was fucking hilarious. So Travis says, like they said, they had to sacrifice a lot money wise to like get them in all these activities and keep it going. And
sacrifice, that's a tough word, but
yeah, I mean, they obviously had enough to do it. Some people don't have that to do it.
Sure.
Travis is like, I knew my parents weren't typical. I would go to sleepovers and like people's parents would be sleeping in the same bed. Sounds like he was spying a little bit. But he's like, my parents did.
If they're going in the same room.
I'm kidding.
He's saying they're going in separate rooms.
But I think he was at a peephole and he was like,
yeah,
look at that. But he said, my parents did not. And the father's like, if we had split, which we both would have preferred. And I was like, that's so good.
I really wanted to, but you
they
know this lady.
Did they divorce when they were both like 18? They didn't say, but they did.
And that's the whole thing. All that gets dry. We don't know.
Yeah.
It like obviously you see them later, but they focus more on the mom, and then you don't know if the dad. Because I think this is weird, but like parents do tend to stay together for the kids, raise them, get them into their whatever adulthood, and then they kind of. But I think it hurts more when they do it that way.
It can, because kids are smart.
I think the other way is better.
The kids are perceptive. They can. It can both can be have their pros and cons, but
yeah.
But I think kids are. I mean, he knew. He's like, I know something's not right here.
I have friends and their parents split when they were in like their early 20s, and they were like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, "You can't be that dumb." Like, you had to know. Like, just like he's saying, the parents slept in different like, you feel it. You know.
Do you think they had an arrangement where, like, you can go see other people, or just like, let's just do this?
He's like, I got my own room.
'Cause if you're in your own room, I'm saying, like, but if it's that bad, obviously, I'm assuming he would want to.
Kelce's kids sleep in the same room, and him and his wife sleep in the same room.
I think.
But the dad had a little...
He had his own
doggy
apartment.
door for hookers.
He had his own apartment door on the side.
And the mom's a class act.
Who knows?
So probably not.
Maybe this is why Travis Kelce won't settle down with
Yeah,
a
but
lady.
I did see her with somebody that didn't look like the dad, so I thought, okay, she's maybe dating.
But they didn't even
married
mention the guy. I'm like, at least tell us who this guy is.
That's what I'm saying. They're brushing over a lot.
Yeah, they weren't getting into the. I think which was they're probably like, hey, we don't want to get into it, but they didn't say. Jason out of high school, he was like, I'm getting a scholarship, no doubt in my mind.
Hell yeah.
Did not.
I love that energy.
Took it personally. Walk on at Cincinnati. And they had his buddy who
Which
played.
is impressive.
Yeah, Division I school.
Yeah.
His buddy who played for the Eagles. I didn't know who he was. He's retired now. White guy.
I don't remember his name.
I
wrote it down.
I never heard of him.
I didn't know him either.
So they played college and then played at the Eagles together. And he said at Cincinnati, Jason looked like Rudy and like elbow pad, all sorts of padding on.
But if you're a walk-on, you have to come. Like, I don't want to mention Rudy. If Johnny Fax is listening, he might start crying. Anyway, put that on or Brian's song and we'll lose him. Did you cry at sports movies? Did you cry
Rudy?
at Rudy?
Can get me.
Gotcha.
At the end,
Gotcha. Yeah.
They said, I just
Purple
remember
Rain
him
too. Shout out to Bobby.
Apollonia.
Anyway,
he said, I just remember seeing Jason running balls to the wall to tackle someone like Rudy, like going all out.
Funny showing Vince Vaughn screaming, he's coming at me like it's a Super Bowl. Like,
if you had half the heart of Rudy, you'd be all American by now.
Such a good movie.
He got drafted.
But he was offsides. Anyway,
they didn't call it. Jason got drafted in the 6th round. He said, "Fucking thank you for that position." It motivated him.
Fucking.
You know who else was 6th
you.
round? Tom Brady. Oh yeah.
Michigan. Warm in the bench. Even his little action figure had dirt on his knees from standing.
Oh, good.
Anyway,
just accept it.
I'm gonna keep it. It's gonna keep happening.
Accept it.
Go ahead.
I liked him as
Edelman all day.
I like Jason Kelce as a father. He has a similar approach to
Yes.
as me. Very hands-on.
Okay.
Having a good time.
Trouble getting up.
He was limping around on a bad ankle. I felt bad for him.
And he had flip-flops on. Why not slides?
I don't know.
The
or
toe through
shoes.
but the toe through is way worse. That flip. I mean, a slide at least holds the top. No?
He tore a ligament in his ankle.
I'll help him. I'll fix him. I'm not going to try to get on your thing.
He tore a ligament, which is what I tore a ligament in college. It was terrible. And he said it sucked. I was playing basketball, jumped up, came down, rolled my ankle bad, heard it pop, and I was like, I just broke it.
Oh.
Swelled up like crazy.
Quick.
My whole leg was shaking. I was like, I think I broke, because I was like, my leg's like in shock.
Oh, shit.
Went to the ER. And at most ERs, you just sit there. I sat there for like 8 hours. There was this guy across from me, openly bleeding heavily from his arm. I couldn't see what it was. His arm was in a sling. This is in Florida. And the guy's like, I used to ride bulls. I don't want to be here. They made me come here from the construction site. He's like, I would just stitch this up myself and go back to work. They're making me be here. He kept saying it. And people were like, all right,
they
dude.
don't make men like that.
He just
they really don't.
Bleeding.
Meanwhile, Jeff is crying, holding his knee leg together.
But I tore a ligament. I had to get surgery.
Shit.
Same as him.
Yeah, it's scary. That is scary. Is that what happened to Segura? Tom Segura?
I think he did his Achilles.
Did he? Oh, okay.
Which is bad too.
Which is
real
just
bad.
Seeing that snap.
That's what Aaron
His arm,
Rodgers
too.
did.
Yeah.
Or maybe his quad. I don't know what he did. Something.
Oh, poor Aaron, huh?
Huh?
That's one of my favorite quarterbacks of all time.
Jason was like really throwing his kids around with his bad ankle, and Kylie had to say maybe we should give Dad a break, which I get as well.
Yeah.
Let
Daddy rest.
I get a lot of fatigue from
Really?
lifting these kids up. It's hard work. Somebody's got to do it.
After telling jokes for 15
I gotta
minutes,
launch
you're like,
them.
Man,
No, just the physical
my foot
labor.
hurts and
I'm launching them on the bed 10 feet, and I'm like, oh, my shoulders hurt, my neck. I'm like,
well, stop throwing your kids.
I can't. It's too fun.
I'll tell you this. My brothers love to. I have a video of it. It's hard to find, but it's on my Instagram if you could. But it's like buried in there. I could send it to you if you want to put it in. But my brothers love to take a baby and have catch.
A little back and forth.
A little back and forth.
Their own baby or
And
somebody else's?
Andrew Dice filmed it one time because he was there.
Are these
It's always one of our kids.
It's like a grandkid.
Or nephew.
And what's the parent doing? Are they involved or are they not?
The parents usually on the side like, it's way down, way down, way down. Oh shit!
How long does the catch go on?
It goes on for a minute.
Has there ever been a drop?
No, but then like the older kids wanted to get in, and they were doing it with my nephew Billy, who was like 12, and that was a little harder. But they still caught him and threw him around and.
Did they ever do it with you?
I just remember Andrew filmed them, and he was like, "This is something the police would like to see."
In case?
Like, that's not what. I go, "This is a normal thing."
Also, he was pressing charges.
Andrew was very upset with it. Yeah, I can't. It's even further. I'm sorry
the old
because
Kerrigan.
it was Christmas. Christmas. It was a Christmas post.
The old Kerrigan baby toss.
Yeah,
Part of the Mummers Parade.
It didn't get the love I wanted it. There it is, right there with the baby.
Here it is. We're watching the video.
That's my man Conrad.
He's in Christmas pajamas.
That's my brother Jimmy and Johnny Fax.
He's saying, come on. Oh, there's the throw. Nice catch. He almost hit his head on the roof there.
Look,
Johnny's going with like a heave-ho
he
method.
loves it.
Here he is. Whoa. Wait, your brother has an eye patch on.
Because of game we were playing, but yeah.
I was worried he had bad vision.
He just kept it there. Look, there's one sitting waiting to be thrown.
He almost hit the ceiling.
This is a Kerrigan trait that a lot of people were not happy with.
Kerrigan Christmas tradition. They're like, get your hands greasy.
Look at Jimmy's hands. Look at his fingers. They look like what's his name?
Andre the Giant. much shorter, but he's definitely got the width.
That's stocky. Like
what's his ring size? Ric Flair wants to know.
Woo!
Got a size 24 ring.
Those are big hands.
They set up that they're expecting their third daughter to throw around him and his wife. He definitely wants a boy, right? Like he's gonna keep going.
This is I get this because how do you keep going? Like, what do you do?
She's I think a little younger than him. Like, what's the rush? Why are the kids so close in age?
What do you mean? He's just excited. Like it just happens.
Just take your time.
It's natural.
Wrap it up.
They're probably religious.
Could
They're
be.
using the rhythm method. Good job.
Yeah, the rhythm of
The rhythm of the night.
his wife's like, I want him to retire at a point where he can still get down on the floor and play with the kids comfortably. Is all she asks.
Right.
Which is in the NFL's. He might be pushing it,
Yeah,
especially as a lineman. Like that's a position where you're gonna be fucked up.
Yeah.
Even if you go like unscathed, you're gonna get fucked up.
Yeah.
I like the poker game with all the retired Eagles players.
That's great. Yeah.
And they're all being like, yeah, I'm like, my body's fucked.
Yeah, of course, but the life expectancy was what, 53 until Brady got in the league, and then it went up to what, 58?
Yeah, some people should say thank you. Kelce's asking them about like kind of feeling out, like, how is it? Mm-hmm. And a lot of them are like, it kind of sucks.
It's not great, man. Like, well, because it's true. Like, how it's so hard. That's your passion. That's what you love, and then you're killing it, and you still feel like you could do this, but then you're right on that cusp. But then what do you do after?
It's almost like
he's smart. He started the podcast. Yeah. He was doing some Temple Grandin shit where he was like castrating bulls and shit. Right?
Yeah. He had a bunch of interests.
And so he's doing a lot. But if you don't do that and your only thing is sport, and then you don't get asked to
depressed.
Yeah, be a commentator. What do you do?
I think it's a lot like the military. One, the adrenaline.
If you're not gigantic in the,
And I think these guys are told from like a very young age what to do, when to do it, what time. Yeah. And so without that, it's like they're completely lost. And then like they're like, what do I do? Like what do I do with my life? What am I going to do?
Yeah.
And then they don't have like a passion, a lot of them, and anything else, or they fail at it. Like one guy's like, I've tried a bunch of stuff, I failed at everything.
Oh yeah. And that's what, who said laughed. That about Jason? That,
his buddy, his ex-NFL buddy was like, I'm scared he's going to try these things.
He's going to be terrible at everything.
That guy said in a one-on-one interview, he's like, some of your friends who retired are good. And he's like, and some are very lost. He's like, so I'm worried about him. He's like, I hope he's okay.
It could be a good podcast, Lost.
I don't know what the hell I'm going to do.
Lost athletes. And just talking about, because sometimes you're not a superstar. You are just like that lineman we didn't know. I can't think of his name, but anyway.
There are guys who play like 2-3 years and then have to go figure something else out.
They get hurt or they don't get picked up or anything. So it's crazy. My nephew just been bouncing around, and it's baseball, but still it's the same thing.
Yeah. This is where they get into like his other interests. He's coaching, real estate. He has cows in Missouri that he's like looking at.
That's the Temple Grandin shit.
He's standing there, and they're like, this was it a woman or a man talking about hoses? I'm like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
This hose will last forever.
Yeah, he's like, this hose is durable. I'm like, this guy's what is going on?
Hey, they got to water the cows and shit. They're not like plants. I watched Temple Grandin. That was my favorite.
They show the Kelce brothers gardening at Jason's house. And Travis is making fun of Jason.
Yes, he is.
Jason's not happy. You could see their relationship here as the older brother. He wasn't happy. Travis was supposed. He was
bringing up some.
He was supposed to be at Cincinnati, graduating from college, 10 years late, and he's like, I missed the flight. And you could tell it irked him. He didn't like it.
Yeah. Everybody misses flights.
And you could see he was like in his mind, like, I don't.
We know what you did.
You do, you moron.
Yeah, like he seems more of a loose cannon, a kind of a mess up.
Yes,
but he's still got his shit together. Obviously,
seems like
playing. He's a Super Bowl.
Seems like he has a good heart.
Yeah,
but he is annoying.
He's that young.
Yeah, flashy.
He's kind of buying into the limelight kind of shit.
He wants to be a star.
Side of it, yeah.
Where Jason does not.
Jason just wants to play football.
Yes,
and I'm sure Travis does as well. I'm not speaking for him. Sorry, I'm not talking about your man Taylor, but. Let's take him out the way you're supposed to. Sorry.
They start new heights.
You guys forgot she was a bot for the Eagles. All right.
They start new heights, the show.
Yeah.
Which is second to this show in ratings.
It's true.
And listeners.
We should be, I think it's Rogan, Heights, What's Up, Doc?
No, they're below. What New Heights is below us.
Oh, New Heights is below us.
Yeah, right below us.
Maybe you're right. Well, just go back and forth, maybe.
I like the Jason Kelce's, because he's like, I could be terrible. He's never done anything like this.
No.
And he goes, I don't want to do a fuck around show with my brother and ruin like all the goodwill I've created in Philadelphia.
And also, those fans are rabid. They'll come at you.
Yeah.
They will.
But they love it.
Yeah.
They ended up loving it.
Yeah. The
I
ones who listen, there's most that can't. They have to listen to music.
I like what they did here. They did Eagles highlights with the podcast clips of talking about the games. I thought it was a cool way to like kind of go through that. And they get into how these two never played together in high school because Travis, always up to something, failed the French class, couldn't stay on the field. He missed a whole year of football in high school.
And the other one passed the Spanish. So by
teacher said, "Don't ever
take Spanish again." He was like, "Deal, it's a C."
They did though play together at the University of Cincinnati.
Yeah.
And the dad has a picture that he really loved.
That is a tremendous. I think if you had two sons, close in age, they're only 2 years apart, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you have a picture like that, big brother blocking for little brother,
whose hand is on big brother's ass, hip. It was on his hip.
You make it perverted. I make it amazing.
Travis, though, they were set for a bowl game. And they said we got to do some random drug tests.
But he was out partying.
They picked Trav, got busted for a little weed.
A little rando.
Smoking the weed.
Which I think is stupid.
It is stupid, I agree, but it's a rule. Rules are rules. I have a buddy who's a pro golfer.
All of a sudden, rules are rules.
My buddy gets...
But Brady could change all of them.
He did. What weeds he's smoking? He eats avocado ice cream. It's a health nut.
He's retarded.
How dare you?
Anyway.
Travis gets booted off the team. Scholarship taken away.
Crazy.
He teared up the present day talking about it.
Yeah.
He's like, I let a lot of people down.
Both teared. Yeah.
They're both quick to cry. They're both criers. Did the dad cry? I think he may have in this.
Maybe that's why they didn't film a lot.
I think they're a crying family.
They're like Dick Vermeil. They're just bringing the crying.
Weepy.
As soon as they start talking, getting excited, they start crying. Good old Dickie.
And Travis is like, Jason could have like destroyed me, but he was instead he was a mentor. Like he took me under his wing. He did give me some tough love. I think he probably said like, "What the fuck are you doing?" But he went to the coaches and said, "Give Travis a second chance. He won't blow."
He begged. Yeah, he got him. I mean, he gave his word. He put his name on the line for his brother. I would do the same for some of my brothers.
But what if, though, you had a feeling that
they
would fuck up? Would you still do it or would you not? Because I think he knew that he wouldn't.
I think he believed in him.
I'm saying, though, but if you didn't believe, would you still do it? Because it would make you look bad.
I don't know because, I have family members that can fuck things up continually.
You have 18 siblings, so he's got to be,
it's in the blood.
Odds are that it's going to happen.
Some of them are in blackface. And,
on TV.
Shit's awful. God forbid. God forbid. So bad.
Does he have an alibi? I'll ask again.
I don't know. We'll have to
Johnny?
call him.
Johnny
Facts, you know where he was? That was his son they were throwing around, so I'm sure he wasn't out on New Year's Day. He had to watch to make sure his kid was being caught. But anyway, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's hard. I do anything for my family. I maybe would. I probably would be the fuck up who stood up for him, and then
they're like, well, we're throwing you both off the team.
Exactly. If we're all out, I mean, we're out.
When Travis won his first Super Bowl, he said it clicked that he had finally like made his brother proud, that he had redeemed himself in his eyes. And he said it's the best shit ever. The real potty mouth family.
I love it.
In Jason's interviews, like with the NFL report, he says fuck like every other word.
The parents hated each other. They were fighting the whole time. No, I'm just kidding.
He's like, I didn't hear fucking. I heard a lot of saying fucking.
Nobody's fucking.
His dad sounded just like him, that raspy voice.
Yeah.
Where Travis, they seem like half brothers.
Are you sure he's a full?
They may have been
adopted.
How they have in the different bedrooms.
They really are different. I mean, really different. I guess I have family members like that. But then when we're together, people are like, God, you guys are all the same.
What'd you think of the Eagles' Christmas album being recorded?
Pretty horrendous.
How embarrassing was the banter? It's like, hey, what are you guys doing for Christmas?
But the best line of it all was at the end when and Jason was the only one that said
I think
it.
he
It was
ad-libbed it.
Well, I think they planned it before.
Yeah, he goes,
but,
what? You didn't think I was going to say it? Like he said something like
Well,
that.
no, he goes, you didn't say it. I thought you were going to say
Oh.
it. So, because they, at the end of singing this dumb Christmas song, which I think was for charity. So,
It was Santa
I'll
Claus
let
is
him-
coming to town.
but I'll let them have it because it was for charity.
Anytime these teams do, they did it more in the 80s.
Yeah, like
Remember the Super Bowl shuffle?
Bears.
The Bears? It was
Oh,
so embarrassing.
Jim McMahon with the fucking
He's like, hey, we're the Bears and we're here to say we won the Super Bowl, baby.
the refrigerator just behind him. I mean,
Embarrassing.
so bad. But this was for charity, so I get it. But at the very end, they go, "Have a Merry Christmas," and then they were like, "Except the Cowboys," and I was like,
Their rival. But I was like, this is gonna suck. His singing was pretty good.
"Yeah, not bad."
He sounded kind of like Springsteen. He had that rasp, that kind of that
I was
like
like, he's trying to be Springsteen.
that belt. They said
Yeah.
he loved music. He had a guitar behind him in his living room the whole time.
Yes.
So I was like, oh, he wasn't bad. Some of the other guys were like, They had a British guy on the team. I was like, what British guys play NFL football?
Who's British?
There was a guy in the. It was like he was like, hello, have a Merry Christmas now. Like he was like a lineman. I don't know who he was.
Wait, you don't think he was doing that as a joke?
No, I think he was a British guy.
Oh,
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
now I don't remember who it was.
Well, no one else was doing British accent. They're like, wait, dude, why are you doing a British accent?
Now I'm trying to think because I just was so happy about fuck the Cowboys or forget the everybody except the Cowboys.
I'm surprised he didn't say fuck the Cowboys.
I lost the.
It sounds like he would have said fuck. Like,
Yeah, I was like, oh no, because I was probably annoyed. Oh no, a Christmas album, and then it's charity, so you're like, okay.
they said it was like the number one selling
hilarious.
album on I don't know, it was iTunes or wherever, but
Everybody will buy it.
everyone in Philly, bless
Woo!
you.
Oh my god, I held that in, and that hurt more than anything.
The sneeze. They show the podcast is blowing up again, not as big as this one.
Never.
Good luck, guys. It's
Keep
hard.
up the good work, guys.
Both teams are clinched for the playoffs early.
Clinchers.
Jason, this part was depressing. He says he's fearful of CTE in regards with his kids.
That's so scary because when we think about it, we joke about it, but at the same time, he's holding his daughter when he was kind of saying that. And it's like, CT, you could go fucking nuts and like hurt other people.
You can be violent, hurt yourself. Did you see his shoes in that interview?
No.
He was wearing.
I'm a shoe whore, as I saw the flip flop.
No, they're not good shoes. He
No,
was
I know.
wearing the stereotypical like old white dad, the all white New Balance. You know what I'm talking about? Like the gym
that's why I
teachers
didn't
wear.
notice.
I was like, those are terrible.
That's why I didn't notice because my brothers wear them.
Those are hideous shoes.
My brother Jimmy wears them.
I like New Balance.
And
I don't
everyone
wear
makes fun of them.
I don't wear the white ones.
And then my brother Billy does it too, and we call him Pablo Escobar because Pablo did it.
Are they comfortable? Why do they wear them?
I guess.
They're
I
hideous.
don't wear New Balance. Billy does it with Nike. Jimmy has New Balance.
It's a hideous looking shoe.
Yeah, I agree.
Hold up.
But it's all white and it's
what,
all
like,
leather.
What a
but
gym
that's a
teacher
Philly
would
thing.
wear. It's so ugly.
Now, wait a minute. Are you really
Look at these.
casting fucking stones?
These are beauty.
You're sitting here with purple Vans?
I'm Spicoli.
No, you're disgusting.
That's
no,
disgusting.
that is better than that. Any
No,
day
it's
of the
not.
week, it's also 1,000 times more comfortable.
Get out of here.
Has to be.
I moved to California and my feet came with me. Okay?
No, that's I feel like
I like
should,
the one with the darker end. I think.
Yeah,
are
I
more,
feel like I should order a pair for my brother Jimmy. He probably does the darker, and Billy does the all white.
Let me get a look at these things. Beauties.
I'm gonna get you a pair for your birthday, and you're gonna have to wear it.
Oh no, those are too
Oh,
hip on the
no.
bottom. Those aren't the cut.
I don't like
but
those at all. He won't wear those.
The
That
one like in the middle.
Yeah.
That one. Yeah. Oh yeah.
The outline. That's Jimmy
That's
right there.
That's a good.
That's Jimmy right there. This way, when he's punching you, he doesn't slip out of his little surfer shoes
That's a
or whatever
shoe
you're wearing.
that a black man, a Hispanic man, no other ethnicity than white has ever worn this style of shoe.
That is balance, and he will take your life
There should be
in
called
his New Balance.
White Balance.
He was able to throw a baby across a room.
That's the commercial. And catch. He should do it on ice.
I'm trying to think what Johnny would wear. I mean, he would, like
He looked
not
like
New Balance.
He looked like a
probably
loafers.
Nike.
Look at a loafers guy.
Oh yeah, he does that. But I'm talking every day.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is a crazy quote. He said, "If I can't interact with my grandkids, I'd say playing 12 years in the NFL, making my family prosperous, and impacting the city of Philadelphia is a pretty good trade-off. I was like, is it?
Yes, it is.
If he's
Jeffrey.
like completely brain dead?
Yes, it is, Jeffrey.
If he's brain dead?
That's his legacy.
That's a tough
It's a
trade.
big deal.
You would take that trade?
In a heartbeat.
What?
In a heartbeat.
These guys
What do you
can't
wanna live
find their...
forever?
You can't do anything.
It's fine.
Jim McMahon can't drive his car because he can't get home.
Even with the sunglasses on, I thought
Even
they
with
were
anything.
a superpower.
Even with Waze, he can't do anything. He's like, I don't know where I am.
With Waze.
I'm lost. That's a tough way to go.
Sorry, Jimmy, but that video was awful.
There's another guy on Real Sports who just
He played for the Eagles too.
kept saying to his wife, "Where's my keys?" over and over and over again.
No, I get it. It's sad, but it's worth it.
I don't know.
You're modern day gladiators. That's what it is. Do you watch every week?
Yeah, I watch. Football.
Okay, so they're modern day gladiators. That's what their job is.
Imagine doing comedy. You could get head trauma. Would you do it?
If it was for it was for the sport that is considered a modern day gladiator, yes.
We get CTE of the soul. It's not.
We get it for other
It's
reasons.
depression.
You're going to get it anyway. Most of us, like some dumb shit is going to happen. It doesn't get better at the end. Sometimes we get a little...
No, but I'm saying as comedians, everything, it's not physical. It's emotional pain that we take constantly from doing what we do.
Are you trying to compare it to football?
Just the damage. There's damage.
Emotional.
Yes. Not physical. You
Stop
disagree?
it. I agree, but I don't agree that it's as severe
No,
as...
of course not. But we know
okay.
people, and we know comics who are no longer with us.
that lose their minds
Yeah.
or take their lives.
Yeah. Can be tough.
Man.
What do you think of the radio guy who said Jason Kelce sucked
That was Angelo.
as a center and sucked as a leader? That was his favorite player? He said
I
that
know. I was so
Whoa.
mad. I was like, whoa, when you fall off in Philadelphia, you fall off.
He just told me you're my favorite all-time Eagle.
Yes. When you do not win the way they want you to win, that is it, right? They are considered fair weather fans.
Fickle.
They break their balls all the time.
Why did he just throw batteries at him on the street?
That's what they would do.
I
That's
know.
why they would lead the fuck them, fuck the egg, fuck, mad. But then they come back. They're like puppies that just, when you hit a dog and they just love you anyway. They're like that.
If you don't eat breakfast, this is what happens.
I wish I was there when Angelo did that. I would have called him on it.
It comes out that the wife is due 13 days after the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And she's like, part of me was like, I didn't want Jason to go to the Super Bowl because if anything could make me go to labor early, it would be watching him in the Super Bowl.
Dude, I would have given birth during the Giants game. During the NFC championship. I would have given birth right there. That was a great game. That was an insane game.
Which one? Against the Eagles?
Yeah. They blew him out.
Why would that make you go into labor?
It was exciting because it was of excitement.
You don't think a tight game is
like we're winning this. We're doing a tight game, of course, but we're going.
like an overtime? You start pushing. You're like, oh wait, I feel ahead.
If they would have went into overtime, anyway.
I like the Philly female fan who may have been a Kerrigan drinking out of someone's prosthetic leg on camera.
Here's the thing: that was her mother's prosthetic leg.
They didn't reveal it until the credits.
Hilarious. You're right. I saw it and then I put it.
I thought somebody took it off their leg, and you're getting the debris from their cause it's on their leg.
Amazing, funny friend named Peggy O'Leary, who's a hilarious comic from Philadelphia that I was looking for the entire time because she is there.
Is Peggy a play on the fake leg?
No, but I like that. But Peggy would drink out of a leg. Yes. And she would be the first face painted, yelling. Her and her brothers come from a big Irish family.
Does the fact that it was her deceased mother's make it nicer or make it weirder?
I think it makes it nicer. I like it. I like what she was doing because her mom was a diehard Eagles fan.
Why drink out of the leg? Does she clean it?
Obviously, you don't understand Philadelphia. Did they clean it? You brought a shit bucket in.
Yeah, I did.
No.
And I eat cereal out of it.
Whatever. So
Would you eat cereal out of a prosthetic leg?
If it was my mother's, yeah. If it was my mother's, yeah.
That's so weird.
Yeah, I would. Okay, I drink soup out of it. Drink iced tea.
What kind of soup?
Hot soup.
Well, the most are, you idiot. Hot soup. I knew a guy who did a bit like that.
We don't have to tell it, do we?
No.
Okay.
The Eagles make the Super Bowl, and then
Very exciting.
right after the game, Jason's like, "Sorry, I gotta go," and he runs to a bar. What was it called? Chickies.
Chicken and Pete's.
Is that a big place?
Yeah. Chicken
in the
and Pete's
city?
is great. That crab fries, the best, right?
Crab fries, like pubic lice
so
on top
good.
of the fries.
Yes, so good. And Chicken and Pete's is great, but it's right in Packer Park, and they do have like a jitney or a what do you call it? Like a trolley, a bus that takes you to
The stadium?
The stadium, because it's right there behind it. But it is kind of a ways, you know. So if you want to get drunk at the Eagles game, come back to Chicken and Pete's if you're from South Philly. Or some people park in that parking lot, I think. They probably can't. That probably costs a lot of money. They probably pay to park there for Chicky and Pete's. And then, because one time my brother Johnny and Charlie went to the Flyers game, they got on the bus to come halfway back, and then they had Billy pick them up. By the way, everything is like 4 or 5 blocks. They just were too lazy to walk.
Well, those New Balance, you want to keep them clean, keep them crisp. He's in the bar with the mother. The dad's there. No one mentions it.
Exactly. Yeah, that's when the person was like to the dad, the mom. They were so excited. He took off his Chiefs jersey once. He was like, "I'm done with the Chiefs."
I watched the end of that game live.
I watched the whole game. Why didn't you? What
Once
do you
the
mean?
Patriots are out, I kind of tune out,
Really?
you know.
Oh, you're an asshole.
I'll watch a little, but the whole games are long.
The Rams weren't in any of that, and I watched all of it.
Yeah, I'll watch here and there. The Bengals fucked that up with that late hit.
Yeah, Rams beat them the year before.
They needed a field goal to win it. They got him the field position. The guy
Yeah.
fucked up big time. He hit a late hit. Got hit out of bounds there. And then old Butker, their kicker, Butker, hits the game winner at the end.
Big game winner.
Super Bowl,
Now, that
Eagles,
was
Chiefs.
So it looks as if the Chiefs or it looks as if the Eagles have it like in the bag, like because they won by so much.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry, I said the Giants. Wasn't it? Did they play the Giants? Or
They played the Giants
San
in the
Fran?
first round. Then
I'm
San
sorry,
Fran.
yeah. So it was San Fran because my favorite thing was there was this thing in South Philly. San Fran's quarterback was Purdy, and in South Philly we had this grave site in St. Monica's Parish, and it was called. They had Purdy's grave, right? And when you would walk by it, it was closest to the street, and they said if you spit on it, it would haunt you. So people were afraid of it. Like literally, I'd be walking home and I'd be like, oh, fuck, go on this side, Purdy's grave, you know, every time. So when they're playing in Philadelphia, everybody was posting Purdy's grave, Purdy's dead, Purdy's grave. And then they beat him. And
They hurt him. They knocked him out of the game.
it kind of haunted us, didn't it?
It did. You shouldn't have beat
Damn
him.
it.
You shouldn't have hurt him.
Fucking
Don't
Purdy
spit on
wins
that
again.
The Kelces are the brother versus brother. The first ever matchup is the big story of the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. Donna Kelce, like I said, is doing every appearance.
I mean,
she must have hired a PR person. She was everywhere.
Even he was like, is Mom okay with this?
Yeah, they're worried. Like, is this too much?
Yeah, and Travis
like
is
a
like,
normal-
she's cool. You
She's
know?
like a normal lady.
Jason was genuinely worried.
Yeah, Travis is like, oh, we love the limelight. And by me and my mom,
Ooh, that's where he gets it.
is
Jason's
Donna.
more like the dad. Travis is more like Donna.
That is true. Whoa, Donna.
Whoa, Donna.
So this part drove me crazy. They show Jason at home doing the podcast. He's in like a side room.
This is where Jeff goes off right now.
They cut to the wife in the living room with the 2 young daughters who are they're just kids. They're just playing. And she's like, guys, Daddy's recording. Like,
and the kid's like,
yeah, she's like, could you pick something louder? Come on, please. She's like, after you can make as much noise as possible within reason, which is as a parent,
Yeah.
you catch yourself. Like, I'm not giving you a pass.
we're not setting the house on fire.
And in my head,
I know you want to.
I was like, I'm dead broke. During COVID, I was recording at home. My kids, they would leave. They would have to leave because I didn't want.
Oh, you made them leave the house?
I had nowhere else to, but this guy is rich. Go get a fucking studio.
Make a man cave on some of your property.
Build a fucking whole thing.
Forget no GMO.
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe this.
Forget organic beets. Build a man cave. What are you doing?
One, the unprofessionalism that I had it in with me to be like, hey, because I had no.
Boy, that really triggered him.
But I had no side room, so they would be right in the room with me.
Of course.
And they wouldn't.
But that's what it felt like. I was like, how close are they?
I was like, I can't believe this is happening. This is unbelievable.
The only thing I could think of was possibly because she was so far along
that he didn't want to leave,
that she was like, we need to stay in earshot.
Shout.
You know what I meant. Earshot. My
brain. Is that a Phillyism?
I was going to say, so she don't have to scream.
That's ear scream.
Look for a fall. Distance. Shout. You know what I meant. So she's not shouting through the house. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? You know what I mean? I'm in labor. I don't know.
He needs a studio. Is all I'm saying.
I'm with you on that, but that's the only thing I could think of.
But then build, like you said, build it in your fucking place.
Yeah,
Make
right
your garage
there.
into it. Whatever.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe the money he has. Like I couldn't believe that. He's slumming it.
It may as well be in a South Philly row home.
Amateur hour.
They're in my mother's
and he's
house.
doing a highly rated, the top rated sports podcast.
I mean, not as high as ours, but yeah.
Yeah, well, we're not
crazy.
Sports, but yeah. I couldn't believe it. I was like, this is amateur hour.
I was pissed. I'm with you.
Yeah, I was like, this is crazy. But so I guess that they got away with it. They didn't hear the kids on the show. Jason's buying tickets for the big game. Courtney was outraged by this. She walked in the room.
Why?
Because he's trying to buy tickets for the Super Bowl, and his wife's has a calculator on the phone. She's like, there's a lot of money.
What was she outraged by? That she said that, or
no? And he goes, yeah, it's $50,000. And then the wife goes, we're paying $5,000 for a fucking kid who won't even sit in their seat, and the kid's right there. I'm like, whoa. And then he goes, all right. He goes, you want to go to the game? And the girl goes, no. And he's like, all right, well, he goes, she's out. And then she's like, my doll wants to go too. And then he's like, oh, she's in. No, Courtney's like, they have to buy tickets? They don't get free tickets? And I was like, they must, I don't know
if you want, I mean,
extra, I think.
You probably get an allotted amount, but it's also a Super Bowl. It's different.
Yeah. Like, yeah, she's like, she couldn't believe. She's like, they pay for this? I was like,
I'm sorry. He's worth what, $38 million?
That's what I said. I go, it's the drop in the hat.
And he can't pay $50,000? Fuck that.
But he can't get a studio.
But he's bringing her OBGYN. He's bringing the whole kit and caboodle. They got stirrups and shit.
They brought
got
sutures.
A whole bed.
Sutures on the plane. Yes. I was never flying with sutures.
I mean, I don't.
What's it say? Eagles and Chiefs players, you get 2 free tickets.
Wow.
And you can buy 13 more, which is what he bought. He bought the
He bought the allotted amount. Yeah.
Why couldn't
I'd probably at a discount then.
Why couldn't his brother chip in? He had probably 13 women.
You pay for dad, I'll pay for mom.
He's like, you're more like dad.
And so like we didn't see dad there.
No, Donna was comped. Donna was free. So between the two of them, they have 4 free tickets.
Right.
Her dad went.
Yeah.
Which I would have been like, you're paying for that.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
So they can buy and then invite people if they want, or bring family like they did. I mean, I'm sure they used.
I would sell them. I'd resell the tickets.
Her father went, he was probably just beside himself.
Oh, they showed him after the loss. He was laying on the bed, despondent.
All I could think about was him when it was happening, because we obviously know the outcome of the game. My nephew, who's a giant Cardinals fan, got to work the Super Bowl, and he hates the Eagles. And now he works for the Eagles. He's going to become an Eagles fan. I can't wait.
This was hurting me to watch because I wanted Jason to win. So it was the perfect story. He was going to retire. He was having a kid. I don't like Travis.
Cinderella.
And I just watching it and knowing the ending was like, I just was trying to change it, like somehow in my head. I was like,
listen,
let me change this. It needs to be different.
That was a really bad call.
At the end?
That was a bad call. I mean, that was not holding.
No, but weren't they going to kick the field goal anyway, though?
It doesn't matter. It would have given them
just another chance. But yeah, just watching it, I was like, oh, I hate that this is going the way it's going to go. I don't want Kermit and the whole team to win.
Kermit, leave him alone.
The media
Wait, you don't like Mahomes?
He annoys me.
Really?
He has the same annoying factor as Steph Curry of like, oh, shucks, I'm just a nice guy. But they both talk a lot of shit. We'll do a lot of like demonstrative
because they can
things.
back it up.
No, they can, but they both
of them. I like both
I'm just a
of them.
wholesome guy, but they do a lot of shit talking and a lot of bullshit.
And how cute is Curry with his kids?
This
Stop
fucking
it.
mouth guard, he's annoying.
And the mouth guard is annoying.
Put it in your mouth.
It's dirty. It's dirty.
Put it in your mouth.
Right. This is
His
very
wife's annoying. Said the NBA is rigged when they lost.
Everything's rigged, bitch. Get on board.
The media gets on
This
board.
This game was rigged.
Media gets on board with Jason, the baby situation. That the OB, it becomes a huge story. The OB is texting the wife like, "Whoa, what's
are you crowning? These people are sick."
Jason Kelce, how good was his speech the night before the Super Bowl in the hotel ballroom?
I tell you, he must have watched Dick Vermeil, because that was like a very Dick thing to do.
It was big.
I probably shouldn't say Dick. You know. Everybody knows Dick.
The speech he's
very passionate. He
cried like three times,
a lot. Yeah.
but he got a huge laugh.
Yeah, because he brought himself together.
I said it was like shades of Brian Holtzman, great comedian, at a memorial for a comedian. There's laughter, there's tears, motivation.
It's a beautiful thing.
He did spit on the hotel carpet floor, which I thought
was interesting.
It was
that
aggressive.
was an interesting choice where he just
didn't put a foot over it. No, it wasn't just like it was a big.
It was a giant.
Yeah, it was a lot.
In and out.
Courtney came in, did not like his language during a lot of fucks.
Well, I'll say when they won the Super Bowl, my mom was so excited, and I was home. I remember I rushed Broad Street. It was like a big deal. Again, anything beating the Patriots, I'll just keep saying it. But so we were on we were there. I remember and my mom watching it. She goes, "Oh, look at him. He's in the Mummers," because it's such a tribute. And then he cursed, and she was like, "Oh,
he cursed a lot."
Crap.
There's kids there.
Just so angry. I was like, "Mom, he's a football player. What'd you expect?"
Courtney said about this, hearing his language here, "What's wrong with him?" And that's an ugly way to talk. Were her two notes. I was like, it's sports. Like, it's
What's
different.
What's wrong with him? Has she never hung out with jocks?
I don't know. Maybe not.
Yeah.
I like the clip of their daughters the morning of the Super Bowl, getting them dressed, and they're both just like bawling. And I was like, I relate to that. Getting ready for something. Yeah, just like, and they're like, and she's like, "Mom," or she's not awake yet.
She's not awake yet. It just, yeah.
They show the wife during the game holding her belly, like oh.
You saw her whole disappointment, her whole defeat. I would have just had the baby silently and let it roll down my leg, come right out of my Lululemons and just.
Is she sitting next to a random fan at the game? Some guy in a mullet wig? Did you notice
who that was? Yeah, that was.
You would think they'd put you in like a special family section. It seemed like just some random guy.
Yeah, I was gonna buy Rams Eagles tickets. It's coming up October 6th, and so I was gonna buy them, and it was like, "You want to sit together?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I'm not fine. I mean, I did almost get in a fight at the when I wore my Rams Eagles hats. And then I was like, "Look, I've been arrested at Vet Stadium. Take your best shot, kid."
Jeez.
But it wasn't a game the day we got in trouble.
Oh, boy.
We were just skateboarding. Anyway.
The wife's crying at the loss. She's just sitting there crying. For me, as I said, it's so sad. So sad to see him lose. I felt so bad for him.
What if she had the baby and she just cut the cord? She was like, "Here's your kid."
Just sadly walked away. And she divorced him.
Here, take this.
What if she got what if she went after Travis?
Because she seems like a big fan.
But she's a huge fan.
Yeah.
She's like a diehard.
Go after Travis. That's not her type.
Travis was annoying as ever when Mike just, woo, come on. This is bullshit.
And Jason just being a gentleman.
Jason goes over, has to hug him. I was like, ugh.
That was tough.
That can't feel good.
That was tough to... And he's like, "Go celebrate, man. Go celebrate."
When then he hugs his mom. Jason hugs his mom, starts crying. She starts crying. And then he's like, "Go celebrate with Trav." I felt bad. I was like, this is
But
tough.
he definitely fell apart, felt his mom's arms, and then was
started
like,
crying.
"Anybody see Kielce?" I mean, what's her name? Kylie?
Kylie Kelce. It's a tough name.
Kielce.
Kelsey Kylie.
What is this red light?
It's the red light. Yeah, about 10 minutes left.
Oh, he's giving us the red light. I love it.
Wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
Red light district.
We're in the red light district. That's what it felt like. The red light district. When watching them lose again, that really hurt. See, that means I love them.
You don't.
It hurt me for days after.
I like they show the family.
Did I put my blue It's a Philly thing on? Yes. Is it not green? Yes.
They show the family in the room after. It's pure silence. The dad just laying on the bed with a suitcase on the bed. The kids were even being quiet.
That's got to be tough.
So then Jason comes in, and the daughter, to me, it was very like parent moment. The daughter's like, "Are you okay, Daddy?" He's like, "I'm okay." And then she goes, "You didn't win." And she goes, "Uncle Travie won. I didn't want Uncle Travie to win." And the wife
cute.
looked over like, she told the whole bus that, was like proud of her.
I don't want Uncle Travie to win. That's
He's a douchebag. Look at his clothes.
Jesus, if you were their nanny, that's
He
what he'd say.
sucks.
But yeah, that was cute.
Taylor
That
Swift, she's lame.
Can he get us concert tickets? I still don't like him.
By the way, do you know how much his uniform sales have gone up since this Taylor Swift thing?
Oh, I bet.
400%.
But that's okay.
Are those
her.
Swifties? And then they're like, "Hey, I'm a 12-year-old girl. I'm going to buy a..." What do they do? Why? What? I don't get it.
He really wants to be a superstar. Taylor, do your thing.
This is ending one way.
And
Bad.
I want the song to be like, "And I'm glad the Eagles beat you again, bitch." Oh,
And then it just gets in. It goes like, is he going to retire? Is he going to stay? His mind wants him to retire. His heart wants to stay.
yeah.
His brother's hosting SNL because he's a fame
Should I
whore.
stay or should I go?
By the way, how good was his call home from SNL? Jason, wife, not happy. Felt like me on the road.
In Vegas.
Felt like me in Vegas.
Yeah, I gotta go on.
Well, because he's like, "How's it
Yeah.
going?" And you could just hear the wife. She has a baby that's 7 days old, and then
7
two other
days.
kids, and they don't seem like they have
2
outside
and 4
help.
tops. Yeah, it doesn't. Maybe just her family.
They can't even
like
get a
normal
podcast
yeah.
studio. And he's just like, "How is it?" And she's like, "Good." Oh
It's
yeah.
all good.
Yep.
Have fun. Yeah.
All right. And then like you hear like, "Ah, all right, well, gotta go."
Click. It was click.
And he goes,
It was quick.
He goes, "Well, that went good." And I was like, "I could feel that. I felt that in the Vegas hotel room."
And then just Saturday night, I beat my brother, and my brother's cool though. He's cool with it. And then Jason,
Yeah, he was staring at SNL.
he
He
just
missed
used-
his daughter's birthday party, which I'm not a road comic, but comics
That's gotta be.
miss all their kids' birthdays if you're out.
Yeah,
It can be tough.
cats in the cradle.
Yeah, I was like, now he knows what it's like to do comedy.
Cats in the cradle.
So he ends up, it ends with him. He's like, "I'm coming back." They do an overproduced, contrived shot of
It
him
was a little over.
staring up at the stadium, like looking at I'm like, who would do that? He's like looking up at the stands.
It is a night. Lincoln Field's very nice.
Would you ever be like, "I'm going to go look at the empty stadium"?
If it was Vet Stadium, yeah, I did it a lot. We used to sneak in there. That's how we got arrested.
Oh, boy. You and your hooligan friends.
They just put you in the sweat box. But we do have a jail and a courthouse in there, so don't fuck around.
Moral of the story, Tom Brady, greatest quarterback ever. And mark it here.
Not true at all.
The Eagles are going to win this
true
year.
at all. He's not even Aaron Rodgers.
Eagles are going to win this year. Taylor Swift curse is
yes,
on.
I'm on the Eagles. Are gonna
Jason
win
will
this
win
year.
it. He will walk off into the sunset, and he will have a boy and no more kids.
Rams disappointed me last night, so Eagles are gonna win it this year.
I think we have a rematch.
I'm
And
getting
I
a
think
green. I'm getting a green one.
rematch, and the right brother will win this time. You heard it here first.
I like that.
That's the show.
Thank you for listening.
Goodbye.